Hey everyone, this is D, Movieman, fellow cinephile, popcorn addict, and emerging film critic, coming to you with reliable recaps, reviews, and reactions. Lord. If there's anything I feel like I need to react to, it's probably going to be this. And yes, I know I shouldn't be going in with any preconceived notions, but oh well. I have quite a few. So, without further ado, I will be reacting to the teaser for Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Yes, yet another live action Disney remake that I'm sure everyone, absolutely everyone, is truly excited for. All right, let's get into it. The song.
So whistle while you work. Whistle while you work. Magic mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest one of all?
I'm not. I'm not quite sure what I'm supposed to say. That I listen. I've heard not a whole lot, because some of the external noise that happens with some of these films when a certain actress or a certain somebody says something, some of that is just like, I got enough going on in my own brain. Sometimes trying to have my finger on the pulse of what's going on. Sometimes I'm just like, yeah, no, that's okay. I'd rather not know. But I do kind of remember catching some thoughts about how this particular production was going, and Rachel Zegler, and just knowing that Rachel Zegler has become very much a polarizing figure for a lot of people. Maybe not even polarizing, because polarizing would suggest one or the other, and a lot of it seems to be leaning in one direction. But, but I could be wrong. But yeah, so the thing is, I still remember the first time I ever watched Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and we've seen so many unique and interesting adaptations of that story, as with many fairy tales. And knowing that that was Walt Disney's first feature-length animated film, it holds a certain significance. And it's one of those films I've always enjoyed. It has a different kind of feel and a different kind of, visual style, aesthetic, and everything, compared to, of course, I grew up in the Disney Renaissance years. So, that's a totally different situation. But I've always liked Snow White, and it's always had a certain kind of charm. Like I said, not nearly as complex, or maybe not quite as distinct and, boom in your face, but it has a lot of interesting moments. And I'm just a sucker for animation regardless. And I just always have enjoyed that film for having just this very simple, quirky, straightforward charm, especially when it comes to all the various dwarves and, the few songs we get here and there, and especially the Evil Queen. I just always thought she was the most intriguing character. And as with many of the memes I've seen concerning that film, and all I need is one big comforter, one good blanket, and you go down them stairs, it's like, shh. I always thought capes were the coolest thing. But yeah, this looks rough. I think aesthetically, Rachel Zegler as Snow White looks strange. It's something about the colors and just the design of the dress and her hair. Like, it looks weird. Despite how people have felt about a lot of the actual films themselves, what I will give Disney credit for, at least for a good amount of years, is that most of their teasers for these remakes, you know, live action, CGI, animated live action remakes, usually, if nothing else, the teasers have always been like really, really good. Like something that have always just kind of stood out to me, even if it's just the nostalgia or just referencing, you know, certain themes or just certain things that obviously resonate with you having watched those films. But I don't know. This just did not quite give that. I mean, of course, yeah, like that, yes, but everything else felt weird to me. It's just something so. Oh, and I was gonna say the other thing was just like the dwarves are CGI. I hope I'm wrong about that, but from that glimpse I had, I was just like, oh no. Okay, who came up with this? Very unfortunate looking. Gal Gadot as the evil queen. Now, what I will give Gal is that I have enjoyed her as Wonder Woman, even with a lot of the issues people have had with Wonder Woman 1984. I still have enjoyed Gal a lot. Now, I'm not going to pretend like there aren't some rough spots.
Kalel, no.
But I just have a feeling that the initial version, just something about the look of even that, you know, it's just something about the animation makes it feel so grounded in a way, and that wouldn't make sense because it's like this is a fairy tale, so like this shouldn't feel. But I think that there's something even in all its fairy tale style, you know, and all the elements that make it feel like this magical, unique story. There is something about the animation style that makes it feel somewhat grounded. And really, if you think about it, outside of the magic mirror and the whole, you know, casting the spell, a lot of it is just Snow White having this adventure and facing her fears and stumbling into this very surprising situation with these dwarves. A lot of it isn't really based around magic, so to speak. So I think the fact that this teaser just looks so synthetic, so to speak, and that is such a weird word to use, but it's like it's something, it just, none of it feels natural. Even the shot of the cottage is just like, it's just, everything feels just oddly saturated and oddly designed, and yeah, I don't really know. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I mean, if nothing else, look, this is what this channel is for. So if I decide, you know, to talk about it and go to see it just for that, then I'll do that. But I'll just say right now, it is looking rough. Like rough. Bow wow wow, yippee yo, yippee yay. Not sure what's going on, but yeah, only time will tell. And listen, Disney already is clicking down, and a lot of people would agree with that assessment. So we'll see. Yeah, that's all I can say is we'll see. And ultimately, I'm not worried because I have the original film, so I can allow that to again restore my appreciation of what this story should be and what it looks like, what I know it to be, what I know it to look like, and I can basically convince my brain and my mind and everything else that this other version doesn't exist. You know, hey, I can't speak for other people, but you know, sometimes Delulu is the Salulu.
Oh, he's cute. Completely delusional, but cute.
So, once again, this is D, Movieman, signing off. And I'll see you at the movies.